Hi, Grimmies.
I'm Felicity.
And I'm Ravi.
And we are the hosts of
the Grim and Tonic Book Club.
We are a book club for people who love to read thrillers
and hate leaving the house.
Today we are chatting about Beautiful Ugly by Alice Feeney. So if you haven't read the book, I suggest you go do that and then come back. Otherwise, you're just going to get a whole bunch of spoilers.
Just a disclaimer before we start, we will make light of some of the dark themes in these thrillers, but please do take note, we take these topics very seriously. All right, so let's get into it.
What are we drinking today, Ravi?
All right, so we are actually drinking this.
I have it here.
All right, do a show and tell for the camera.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Ding.
Ding.
It is the Etsu Double Yuzu Gin.
Oh.
And I put a whole ton of lemon in it, so it's really sour.
Oh, well. Cheers. Ooh, oop. Yowza. Sour.
Right to the cheek.
Yowza. Ooh.
All
right.
What you been up to?
Honestly, I haven't been on holiday anywhere.
Oh my God.
I have been just at home in Perth for the last month.
How does it feel?
It's really strange. Usually I have a story about which country I've been in, but right now I have nothing. I'm just
we're just working.
I'm just working.
We're just doing 9 to 5.
Yeah.
It was like 9 to 9.
9 to 9. The last month actually has just been relentless. But, that's life.
It's life.
That's just life. But you have something special coming up.
It's my 36th birthday this weekend.
Very brave of you to say. I didn't think you were going to say your age.
No, 36.
Yeah.
Loud and proud.
Yeah, well done. Exciting. Do you have any big plans?
No, it's only I'm 36.
Wait till a month and then I'll tell you all about mine.
Yeah, zero plans.
No.
I just want to, I think just peace and quiet would be really nice.
Yeah, but you have children, so.
Yeah, they won't give me that.
Yeah, we do have this stare-a-thon thing challenge, like a charity challenge coming up on Saturday.
You make it sound like you're going to do like a staring contest.
Like stairs. I wish I would lose that so hard because I just start tearing up. But no, like stairs.
That's awful.
Things you climb.
Upstairs.
Yeah. But I didn't realize that I only had to do it 10 minutes. I thought it was for an hour.
Good luck to you.
All right. So if you want to donate to that cause, what is that?
Barbarians?
Barbarians, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're raising money for a charity.
I think it's mental health, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mental health.
But maybe we'll put up a link if you want to donate, but no pressure.
No pressure, yeah. Good. What else has been going on with you?
Nothing. I've just been working, and then when you see what books I've read this month, it's been pathetic. It's been Ravi level. Pathetic.
Now you know how it feels to be me. How does it feel to be me?
So yeah, it's just been like a fever dream of a month, but I'm excited for next month.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't think work will slow down, but we will try.
Maybe, my attitude will change. Right, let's talk about the book.
All right.
It's our second Alice Feeney book.
Yeah.
And the third that I've read this year, so I get to tick off one of my bingos.
You do.
Which is really exciting for me because I have not been making much progress with it.
No, we were actually trying to see which bingos that we've ticked off, and we were both like, oh God.
Oh no. I have to commit to this. Anyway, so yeah, our second, my third Alice Feeney book, and she has quite a distinct style. So she's very descriptive, and I think that she has beautiful settings. So this one and then Rock, Paper, Scissors, both set in Scotland. Very different sort of parts of Scotland, I'm guessing. Although this is the Isle of Amberley, which is not real.
Yeah.
So,
was the other one real?
I don't remember.
I don't think it was, from memory.
Okay. I think that one was mainland though, and this is an island.
Yes.
Yeah. But very beautiful. She describes landscapes really well. Maybe too much.
Yeah.
But I think that she does really paint that picture, and her landscapes really do become like a character.
Yeah.
In the book, there's life in her settings.
Yeah.
And also in true Alice Feeney style, she just chucks it all in the end.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought the landscapes were a bit much. Like after like reading, that's the difference because you read the book over a week, wasn't it?
Yeah, I took my time with it.
Yeah, I read it in like essentially like 3 days. Because I'm last minute Nancy. But yeah, I was just at a point. I was just like, all right, I get it's beautiful. I get the seas, the trees,
Giant trees.
beautiful landscapes. Move on. Let's get to the point.
It did sometimes feel like it was the landscapes and the trees and all the information that we got was meant to allude to something, but it didn't actually contribute to the story. Like it was nice to read and it's like really captivating. Or just really, you know, it's nice to see the settings, but getting all the information about the animals that live there or don't live there and the types of trees, and you're like, oh, this is going to become something relevant, and it's not.
It's not. But I guess the trees were important because of the tree doctor.
She could have been anything. She didn't have to be a tree doctor. She could have been the local, I don't know, vet.
Bird doctor.
Yeah.
A vet, yeah.
She could have been a bird doctor.
And then they had they specially mentioned the fireflies that scared the bats away.
Yeah, there was a lot of animal talk.
Yeah, but nothing amounted to it. But also classic Alice Feeney type of writing is that you have two like dialogues, if you will, going. Like in this case, it was Abby and Grady.
The perspective.
Yeah, the perspective. But then once you get to the end, you're like, oh, the person A's perspective that you've been reading all throughout, it's not who you actually thought they were. It's someone completely different. And that's the same thing she did for Rock, Paper, Scissors.
Correct.
And I did actually, like, in my mind think, is this what she's doing again? But I was like, no, because at the top they had like Abby, they've written Abby.
Yeah,
and we knew who Abby was.
Obvious.
Yeah.
It seemed like putting the twist in there that Kitty is Abby. It was like out of left field.
Yeah. And then when we got to the chapter, I was like, wait. Hold on in a second. What? I had to like just take like 5 minutes to gather my thoughts.
Do I know this woman now?
Yeah. I was like, okay, so what? Everything that happened wasn't actually with Grady. Yeah. It was with Charles.
Yes.
It's like, okay, I just need some time to process this. I sat on that page for like 5 minutes, just like, wait.
I always have to go back and think about what I've learned from that character in its perspective and go, does that make sense? Because I sometimes feel like you learn these things in their perspective that does fit with who you think they're meant to be.
Yeah.
And I just get confused.
Yeah. But a lot of similarities between Abby 1 and Abby 2 though.
Yeah.
Because both wanted children. Both husbands didn't want kids. So in that regard, you were like, although like you did mention there's like a bit of a disconnect between Abby and Grady's perspective in terms of their relationship.
I did. Yeah, it was. I did feel like there was a disconnect when I was thinking that Abby was Abby. Just it seemed like they were just coming from two different areas where Grady was like, oh, we're in love. Yeah, like she wants children, but we're okay with it.
Yeah.
And then when you sort of are in Abby's perspective, and she was like, I hate my marriage. I want to get out. We're so unhappy. And you're like, hang on, like, is Grady just Delulu?
Yeah, I just thought he was just Delulu. Like, la. My
so
marriage
oblivious.
is great.
Just so, like, I could see that happening.
Yeah.
That tracks.
Yeah, because like, but also like the issues that Abby 1, in this instance, Abby 1 is Kitty and Abby 2 is Abby, right? Abby 1, her relationship was very, like, she was really unhappy in her relationship because she wasn't getting the intimacy that she craved. And that if she doesn't voice it out to her partner, it's all very one-sided, like, because he doesn't know what you crave is intimacy, whether like spending time kind of intimacy, holding hands, sexual intimacy, up to interpretation. But she was craving that. And if he didn't know, then he'd be like, yeah, everything is fine anyways because we're good. There's nothing for me there's no like, no one's unhappy but he didn't realize that she needed those things. Like her love language is different.
Yeah.
That's how I sort of saw it.
We've gone so off track.
Yes. But what were we talking?
We were talking about the author. We were talking about Alice Feeney.
Well, there's just so much to talk about in this
I'm so
book.
ready. I'm so ready.
Yeah. All right.
Let's just go back. Let's go back to the start before we get into the book. Before we get too far into the book.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got a bit bored with all the landscape chat.
Oh, yeah. The landscape. Like, don't get me wrong. I really enjoyed the book, but I was just honestly like over it. Like every other chapter they were describing, and he was like, wow, beautiful. Whenever he got lost.
Waves. Yeah.
The sea, the back.
Oh, what a beautiful graveyard.
Yeah, yeah. The church. Wow.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
The woman in the church. Stunning.
Stunning. The tree doctor. Devastatingly beautiful.
I did feel like there were a lot of similar tropes between this book and Rock, Paper, Scissors.
Yeah.
There was just like the face in the window that turned out to be an animal.
Yeah, a stag this time.
Yeah, the letters that were appearing. So it did. I feel like she used a lot of the same tropes in this book. So I sort of saw it coming when those things were happening. There was a face in the window. I was like,
yeah.
Can't trick me, girl.
I don't like it when authors do that.
Yeah.
I just feel like it's like, especially if you are reading like multiple books of theirs. I don't know how sometimes I lie when was it similar to this at all?
No.
Okay, that's good. Okay, so this might just be a coincidence or something.
Maybe. I think she's written, do I have it down here? She's written like 7 books, I want to say.
Oh.
Yeah, this is her latest.
Oh, well done. Oh, because she also wrote His and Her.
Yeah. And Daisy Darker.
Jar of Hearts? No, that's a song, isn't it?
I don't know.
I know that from Glee. Jar of Hearts. Oh,
yeah, so this, I want to read a few more of hers. I do like her stuff.
Yeah? Yeah. The story was good. I have to admit, the story was good.
Speaking of the story, do you want to read out the plot?
All right. The plot of the book, guys. Author Grady Green is having the worst best day of his life. Grady calls his wife to share some exciting news as she is driving home. He hears Abby slam on the brakes, get out of the car, then nothing. When he eventually finds her car by the cliff edge, the headlights are on, the driver door is open, her phone is still there, but his wife has disappeared. A year later, Grady is still overcome with grief and desperate to know what happened to Abby. He can't sleep, he can't write, so he travels to a tiny Scottish island to get his life back on track. Then he sees the impossible, a woman who looks exactly like his missing wife. Jing, jing, jing.
I did laugh when he landed at the island and then he thought he saw his wife just like bolting from a van.
Wait, I was like, ready?
Yeah, she wasn't ready.
You weren't supposed to see me like that. I was supposed to do something. Just before he gets onto the ferry to get on the island. So the whole thing was he drove to where the ferry terminal was. The ferry comes and gets him, and you can also load your cars up onto this ferry.
But he's not allowed.
But he's not allowed.
It stressed me out.
I know.
It's still there.
First, well, he doesn't need it now, does he?
No.
He did. Spoiler alert. But like, I'm the sort of person, I like my stuff on me or near me. I cannot fathom the idea of leaving my car and the stuff that I will need.
So uncomfortable.
It makes me uncomfortable, and I was uncomfortable reading it.
The car.
The stuff is food.
There's stuff in the car.
I don't know what the crime rate is. Apparently really high in the UK, but we'll get to that. But like missing cars.
I know.
Thing.
Yeah. Hopefully the police have it.
Oh yeah, hopefully. Also, wouldn't anyone like move? I wonder if they actually moved his car. Again, we're getting off topic, but like, Well,
Yeah, we don't need to talk logistics of the car.
see, this is
stressed me out.
This is how my mind works. So Flick is super analytical. She looks outside of the box, and I'm just bumping around on all corners of the box and be like, but how does this work?
Just questioning everything.
Yeah.
Very, very critical mind you have.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the characters.
Yes.
We have Grady. Grady
Yes.
is our main man.
Yeah.
Kind of the only man.
Yes.
It's Charlie, but we don't really know much about him. But he's kind of our main guy.
Yeah.
Did you like him?
At the start, I thought I really felt bad for him.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, like, you know, like his wife has gone missing. He doesn't have any answers to what actually happened to his wife. He won such a big he reached such a big accolade in his like career. He won New York Times bestseller. And all he wanted was his wife there. And then he gets to this like fucking creepy ass island. And
the townies are like feeding him hallucinogenic tea.
Yeah. And
he's losing his mind. He can't sleep. Yeah, I felt really bad for him.
I was just like, this poor guy.
Yeah.
Do you feel the same?
I did. I felt sorry for him. And then now I don't.
Yeah, so the same.
So he spent the whole time looking for his wife. He was grieving and he was sad and he was looking. Well, he didn't know what happened to his wife. He presumed that she was dead, but because there had not been a body, he was sort of expect. I don't know what he was doing. He thought that there's a chance that she could be alive.
Yeah, he was uncomfortable with the fact that there was no dead body.
Yeah. So he just wanted closure.
Yeah.
So we thought. Turns out he found out his wife was pregnant and then tried to kill her.
Yeah.
So that she wouldn't leave him.
Yeah, because she thought she was pregnant with another man's baby.
Yeah.
She wasn't.
Well, she kind of was.
Oh,
she wasn't having an affair.
She wasn't having an affair. It was IVF. She went
secret IVF.
Yeah, a secret IVF.
But yeah, so that was just so cruel and pathetic.
Yeah, that he called her while on the phone.
Yeah, he was laying on the road calling her, being like, "Don't go, don't. Well, like, take your phone with you."
Surely she's not hearing him scream. So he's literally on the floor in a coat.
Yeah, in a lady's coat.
In her red lady's coat, like screaming into the phone, "Don't get out! Don't get out!" And she's like,
"I have to."
Oh, do you know me? What if it was me on the road?
And then he rolls over, surprise!
Psych, film. And then like, just in my mind, right, when I was imagining this scene, I was just like, so how did it work? So she got out down to the floor.
Classic critical thinking mind.
Just get out and be like, psych. And then he just puts it over her face. And then she's go, ah.
Yeah. And then she was thrown off the side of the cliff, but a branch grabbed her.
Yeah.
And that's how she survived.
And then she held on to it, yeah?
Yeah, and then she
woke up at some point.
She must have come to.
Not enough chloroform.
Yeah. Everyone knows you need heaps of that.
Yeah.
And then she threw her jacket into the ocean below to make it look like she had died.
Yeah. And then she got onto the road and just walked to the ferry terminal.
Yeah.
Right? But then, you see, then the other part of my mindset, right, is, but then he was there the entire time. So didn't he see her on the road? If he just climbed
I think he just like hoiked her off the side and left.
And then came back again.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
How did he get there? Did
he ran?
He ran? He walked?
Because how when they were saying that when he went to go and find her, he ran from the house.
So, yeah, but he was already there.
Yeah, but because he saw her the app, he was stalking her. And then so he saw. So then couldn't you see that she was going to an IVF clinic and not hotels?
I don't know.
That's dumb. Dumb Grady.
Dumb Grady.
That was not the point of the book, but anyways. Just tips, Alice.
All right, so pathetic, annoying Grady.
Yeah.
And then we have Abby. Abby, we don't actually know that much. We thought that we were getting her perspective, but we don't know her that well.
No.
All we really see is what happens at the end.
And her childhood.
Yeah.
We know about her childhood. And the fact that she genuinely loved Grady.
Mm.
And she wouldn't cheat on him. She was genuinely wanted to support him in his career, be there for him. Turned out she was really nice, but went to have this like secret IVF baby because Grady was like, nah, I don't want kids. And then instead of being like, no, can we talk about this because I want a child, she was like, I'm just gonna go and get IVF done.
Do you know what is the most unbelievable part of that story?
Mm-hmm.
Is that he got a secret vasectomy and didn't whinge and complain about it. It would have... He just went back to his day? No.
But right, I think it was when he went away for like a book conference thing for a few days.
Mm-hmm.
So he didn't like get the op and then come home straight. I think he was away for a few days.
Whinging and complaining
But
to himself.
I would have expected that, yes, to him to whinge and complain. Because there was also another point where he was like, oh, I want to call my biggest fan. Remember? And he's like, you thought about cheating on your wife after you had a vasectomy because you and your wife didn't want kids? I don't know. This dynamic is just unhealthy.
Yeah, it's really bad.
People just don't talk anymore.
But I do like Abby. I like that she wanted a child and she went out there and she got herself a kid.
Yeah.
I like that when her husband tried to kill her, she held on for dear life and then she got revenge and like a really good one.
Yes.
I think she did a great job. And also like her pretending to not be herself when they did meet. What an actress. Well done.
Actress, yeah. That was really good.
Yeah.
But although, do you realize that she called Columbo?
Yeah.
Columbo's the dog. Love the dog.
Yeah.
And then nobody actually told,
Grady noticed it.
Yeah, but he didn't tell her either, Columbo. But then I was like, okay, if it isn't actually Abby, because we sort of already knew that was Abby, but if it wasn't actually Abby,
if it was like a twin.
Yeah, these morphos like have their fucking walkie-talkies, creepy ass walkie-talkies, and they already know like his movements throughout the day, so they would know the dog's name. Yeah.
Who else have we got? We've got Kitty.
We have Kitty.
Tell us about Kitty.
Kitty was Abby 1. So we spoke about Abby and that was Abby 2. So Kitty is Abby 1. And she it was her perspective that we were reading as Abby throughout the book. And then we realized that it's actually like she wanted to leave her husband because that's what the perspective is really saying, that how unhappy he was.
A lot of similarities between the Abbys, you know, authors and going through the same like marital issues.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And then so it was Kitty who was married to Charles, and Charles was the author.
The resident author of the island.
Yeah.
Keeping it afloat.
The sugar daddy of
the island sugar daddy.
And they tried to make Grady the sugar daddy, but that didn't work. But in their childhood, what happened in their childhood?
In Abby's childhood?
Abby once.
Yeah, so she was abused by a teacher or like a music teacher, I think. And then her mum came back and caught him, took him outside and chopped off his hand. Great.
I like the mum for that.
Yeah.
Brave mum.
Killer.
I mean, everyone in this town is, so might as well. But if someone was doing that to your kid, 100%.
Yeah, maybe more than the arm. But how this story started, kind of, is that teacher came back to the island as like a relief teacher and once again tried to abuse little Abby 2. But he didn't get away with it. She ran away. She tried to get help from Charles. Charles was busy writing in his man cave. And then she was just like, I'm getting out of here. Ran away. All the children followed, like a little Pied Piper. They all followed her, and ultimately they all drowned in this cave.
Yeah.
And then the whole island blamed men. Like this man, yes, but just all men. They're like, you know what? Life would be easier without these men.
Yeah, the men are trash.
Men are trash. Get rid of them all. They kind of did. I mean, they killed the teacher.
Yeah.
And then just like one by one, as the men left, they just were replaced by women.
Like for job applications.
Yeah.
And then that was sort of strung along by Abby too. When she found someone in her work that needed shelter, she would send them Sandy's way, who was the resident sheriff.
Yeah.
And they would find a job and everything for them.
So did you like Kitty?
I liked what she stood for.
Yeah.
I like that she was like, I'm not taking any, like, I know what I want. I'm not getting it out of my relationship. I want out. I'm going to take care of Abby, who's my goddaughter, like she's my own, which she did that. She was a boss lady.
She's a business queen.
Business queen in 10 years. She was one of the leading, like,
Good for her.
Yeah, the agencies. So I really like what she stood for. Do I agree with the Isle of Amberley, the trust and everything that they were doing? No, I don't. I don't think the solution for like a handful of trash men is get rid of men entirely. But I like what.
But it was almost like they created like a battered woman's shelter island.
Yeah, I would understand. Yeah, that I like. Like if they're like more so like the Avengers of like battered women, I like that concept. But the idea of no man lives on this island, it's a bit.
That's sick.
It's a bit sick. Like
just say no to them. I don't know.
Like you can have your island to be safe and whatever.
Can men visit in tourist season?
I guess so. I don't know. They didn't explore that.
Yeah.
But then also, do they get like escorts in?
No, they're all gay. Haven't you worked that out?
I did, but I just thought maybe like out of the 25, we've met like what, maybe like 8 people?
They're just looking after themselves and each other.
But like, what if someone's not gay? What if someone is straight and they just want some
Give it a year on the island. It's like prison.
I don't know if that's how it works.
Sure.
That's how sexuality works.
Yeah, desperate times. You do whatever you gotta do.
How about you take the boat out? You get some like
they're leave. They can leave the island, I suppose. Maybe they have boyfriends in the mainland.
But no one left. Like once they're there, no one has ever left the
by choice, but they could.
Yeah.
Sandy left.
Yeah, but
to get some.
This is my brain was also thinking.
Where are they getting their dick from?
Like surely after like 5 years and like no, not even that long. After like a year, like aren't you like, oh, I need to get me some?
But other than Abby's baby, no babies on the island now.
No, and that's the other thing. Like, what if Abby had a boy? Like, so she had a girl.
No men live on the island.
That whole concept is stupid. What are you gonna do with your baby boy if you had a baby boy?
He like turns 18 and he's escorted off the island.
She's just like, we're done. Thank you very much for your service. Or you can be you may be a writer.
Find a way to finance us and you can stay.
Cora, so coming back to what we were talking about earlier about whether killing is justified. Cora murdered the man who who was raping her daughter. She went to prison for 30 years for it. And then her daughter never spoke to her again as well. So
that happened in another book. Yeah. What one? It was the housemaid.
Yes, the housemaid, yeah. Oh my God, look at you. Housemaid, because she was saved her friend.
Yeah.
And Cora saved her daughter.
Yeah. So you asking me if it was justified?
I'm not asking you justified, I'm asking how you feel about it.
Oh, yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
Take him out.
Yeah. Okay.
Worth it. Worth 30 years.
100%. But I just thought it was really sad that her daughter didn't speak to her again.
That is sad. But she would never have been able to live with herself if she hadn't, maybe not killed him, but if she, I don't know.
But like in the moment, like because the back of our heads and our brains is such a soft spot, like any hit could result in death.
Yeah. Maybe she just king hit.
Yeah. Okay.
Did you like the townies?
Yes.
All the town's ladies?
Not all of them.
Not all of them?
I think they were a bit weird. I liked Bella the most.
Bella is...
You did so well just now. You were doing so well. So at the start of this, I wrote a little thing, quiz flick on the characters of this book.
Like Bella, or are you just quizzing me?
I actually liked Bella. So Bella was the owner of the pub with her sister Sydney. Yeah. So because I think like she had the most like normal conversation with Grady, and this was obviously before we knew that Grady was the problem. And I was like, all right, so she actually seems like the most normal out of all of them.
You liked her because she was normal?
Yeah.
I liked Cora because she was not normal. She was dressed in green. She was like 80 years old. She would sneak stuff into his bag.
I like that.
Read all of his letters.
She was funny. Nosy. give him like this like drugged tea.
Yeah, just unapologetic about it as well.
The bog myrtle. Yeah, you always love the wonkers. The books.
Yeah, like the weirdos.
Is that why we're friends?
Yeah.
Am I the weirdo?
You're the weirdo.
And I also like the mum Morag.
I don't want to say that that's definitely how you pronounce it, but that's how I would pronounce it. I don't know. It's a Scottish name. It could be anything.
Okay. So we do apologize to any Scottish listeners if that's not how you pronounce Morag, Morag.
I love the idea of her being like upstairs just banging around.
And then she met him at the cemetery and she was like, leave. And then he was like, whoa, miss. And then he turned around and be like, where did this old woman go? Where did she go? And she's like,
I bet she looks absolutely crazy as well.
And then when he went to Midge and Sandy's house, and he's like, I'm gonna just look whether this woman's actually real. And then he went to the door, and then through the keyhole, Morag was like,
and she was just weaving her way.
Yeah. And then she wrote condensation because she didn't like what the women were doing.
She was funny.
I liked
I love the townies. I have a whole book of townies.
I don't think I love them. They all sound a bit psycho.
Yeah, great.
Get rid of men. That's our life's agenda.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really wanted to know what happened with Travis and the Reverend. They never really got into their stories.
No, I don't know how many we met. Maybe we met like 8.
Yeah.
8 townies, maybe?
We met Midge, Sandy, Morag,
Cora,
Bella,
Sydney.
We didn't meet Sydney, but
we know.
Yeah, Sydney. Mary, Alex, the Reverend Melody.
That's so hot.
Yeah, so hot. Did we say Travis? Travis.
Yeah, okay, so about 10.
About 10 plus Abby.
Yeah,
so 11.
So there's maybe, another 10 or 15 that we could meet.
Could have met, but we didn't meet.
How do you not meet them in a small town?
Yeah. Maybe they just avoided him.
Maybe kept in their little...
Or maybe they
cottages.
Yeah, and they didn't agree with everything they were doing to him. So maybe that's why they were like, I'm just going to avoid it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Who was your MVP?
Morag.
Yeah. What a hoot.
Yeah.
Cora was my MVP.
Yeah, I thought you might say that. I loved Morag. That's this funny old lady. I just picture her going
banging away.
Just running away from the cemetery. So she wants
She's good.
How was the miss was the other thing was very confusing to me in this book.
At any point did you feel like this book was supernatural?
No. I hoped not. Because I think in the back of my head, like rock, paper, scissors was like similar.
But in rock, paper, scissors, I still think that there was screaming down in the basement.
Nah. I don't think so.
They're on different sides of it.
Yeah. And even there's like the children crying.
Yes.
Yeah.
I still don't... The mist and the screaming or the crying children never explained. That still seems like
Supernatural.
like a supernatural or just a weird environmental thing.
With this children crying, I think it's mass hysteria. Like everyone with a shared belief in a place with lunatic ideas.
He heard it.
Yeah, but he was part of them and he was drugged.
The bog myrtle.
He was a bog myrtle. Like he was constantly drugged and on alcohol.
But he knew about it. He loved it.
Yeah. He's like, oh, might as well.
Get me some tea.
Yeah, but I think it was like you know the 1500s dancing mass hysteria where everyone just started like dancing for days until they dropped dead. I think it was less.
I don't know about that.
Oh, really? Okay.
I'm going to Google that.
Yeah. In the 1500s, there was this like mass hysteria thing where people just started dancing. I'm not sure why it started, but everyone just started dancing like randomly and they wouldn't stop for like days and weeks on end until they would just collapse and die. So it was a shared mass hysteria.
Good times.
And yeah, and I was...
If you're going to go out dancing hysterically.
In the 1500s, that is a good way to die. There is no medicine, no clean food. People are filthy.
It's a lovely way to go.
But yeah, so I genuinely think is that. And as for the mist, I don't know. I haven't been to Scotland. Have you?
No. Is it just misty?
Maybe it's just misty.
Maybe. So yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know if it was the bog myrtle or if there is just like a hint of that supernatural style. Don't know.
No, I don't think supernatural.
So in this book, he's writing a book. He's an author writing a book, and the name of his book is Beautiful Ugly. So it's like he's writing the book that we're reading, correct? Yeah. And I think the book mimics life in a lot of ways. Like the plot is very similar. And then he says that in the book, he put a secret message and it's the first word of the first 14 chapters. Did you go back and find out? Did you look?
Yeah.
Did you actually look? Because I just Googled it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, I actually looked and I went, if you...
and so do you want to tell us what that message was?
Okay, so the message is, if you are reading this, I am trapped on the island. Please help me.
Do you think that we should be looking for Alice Feeney?
Have we seen her on Instagram? Is she active?
I don't know.
Oh, maybe we start off with that.
Is she on an island? Is she okay?
I hope so.
Okay.
Somebody better send help.
Is she Grady? That's the way it's...
Oh, God, I hope not.
Yeah. Well, she's dead now.
Oh, yeah, Grady dies if you haven't caught on.
I want to swing back to the secret vasectomy.
All right.
And so we've got a secret vasectomy, the third of the secret birth control that we've got. So in Pretty Girls and The Housemaid, they had secret IUDs, which we found just endlessly hilarious. Because they also went to the doctor to find out why they couldn't get pregnant. Probably the IUDs.
And then the doctor never told them in front of their husbands.
Yeah. So funny. What is worse, secret baby via IVF or secret vasectomy?
I think secret baby by IVF.
Me too.
Yeah.
Because there's a baby.
Yeah, there's literally a lie. Like vasectomies can be reversed. IUDs can be taken out. Say, for example, if you are with a new partner. But then if you got pregnant with an IVF and then like you came home and then your partner is like, you know what, if it was that important to you, maybe I would have done it, but now you're literally carrying someone else's baby. How can I be okay with that?
Yeah, best case scenario. Worst case scenario, they think that you're cheating on them and then they kill you.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's what happened.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm just like, and she wanted to tell him after he got like this massive news.
Yeah.
I think that's just like, if Grady wasn't an asshole and killed his wife because he has like some mommy issues of being abandoned, I think that was very cruel to do to somebody.
Yeah. I think best case scenario with secret IVF baby is that the parent who didn't want the child like raises the child reluctantly, right? That's terrible for the child. We don't like that for babies.
No.
We want two loving parents.
Yeah.
Or, one, but, we don't want an unloving parent
in
the house.
Yeah. especially if they're a constant reminder of what they didn't do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
Do secret birth control all you want. Don't have secret babies.
yeah, that's a bit too much, I think. And if you do want a child and your partner's not giving you a kid, maybe leave them first before you go on through this journey. I just think it's unfair to
I don't know what she was expecting.
like he'll be like, I'm gonna raise this kid with you now.
Yeah, and it's like, oh well, this is in my lap.
Yeah.
Let's go for it.
Yeah, like, and
I'm so happy.
yeah, exactly. And these are the types of conversations you want to have before you get married. Not like, oh,
Here comes the life coaching.
yeah. Oh, guys, if you're looking for life coaching, hit me up. But yeah, no, I think it's just mean if he genuinely didn't want kids and she genuinely did want kids. Either you find a common solution or you go your separate ways. Don't put a kid in his life if he doesn't want it.
Yeah, that's sad.
Yeah. But that is, of course,
And then
before him.
if you're going to do it, move to a ladies-only community.
Yeah.
That's kind of happening now.
Is it?
Yeah. I'm hearing more and more about women who choose to have children and then move in with their friends.
Okay.
I love that idea.
So like the friend and the mum of the child raised the kid.
Or like a bunch of women living together and raising their children together.
Okay. And
It's like taking back to like the old like village days.
okay, but like in the old village days, like was everyone in one house?
Yeah, I don't know if people are doing it in one house or if they're buying like units.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh,
We're doing like
it's
commune.
yeah, maybe it's like like confusing for the kid if you're calling a bunch of people mums. I don't know how it works.
No. I think they've got one mum. There's just like 5 ladies cooking dinner, taking rotation,
Oh,
helping with the babysitting.
that is nice. Yeah. And then just once every 6 months, call an escort service
To do the rounds like a Botox party.
with multiple people, not just one. It's not.
Okay.
It's not.
No double dipping.
Yeah, I mean, all right. So, what was the other thing that was quite interesting in this book was the missing people statistic. Did you actually Google this?
I googled it.
Yeah.
I fact checked it. So there is a statistic in this book that in the UK, someone reports missing every 90 seconds.
Mhm.
So that leads to 170,000 people going missing every year. Now, most of these people do return. It's not like these are people that have gone missing and never come back. Most of them do return. But that statistic is wild.
My brain, I
It's
still
just too
can't.
many people.
I can't comprehend it. I just can't. I can't digest this information that this many people go missing. Like,
Yeah.
and also like missing in what regard?
Oh, they just take off.
No, I mean, like, kind of how long after do they come back?
Like the next day.
Oh,
Just reported missing. That's just the number of people that are reported.
missing. Yeah.
So in Australia, because I also looked up the Australian stats,
Mm.
it is approximately 38,000 people are reported missing each year, and about 2,600 are missing for more than 3 months.
That is insane.
Mm.
That's an insane. Like, I guess with this many people going missing, and like that's a statistic of it. No wonder the police has the thing of like wait 24 hours before you lodge a police report.
I don't know if that's the same for children going missing.
Oh, is it not?
Mm.
Okay. Because I was watching like a documentary a while back, and I thought they said that it also applied to children. Maybe this was back in like the 1990s where everything,
Yeah, I'm not
there
sure.
was no justice system.
Maybe you
basically.
fact check that, but
Yeah.
I have a feeling it's, probably kids under a certain age that they will look into it straight away.
Good. I would hope so.
Yeah.
I would expect them to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy. Still can't.
Crazy.
Mind-boggling.
Let's talk about the twists in this book.
Yeah.
There were quite a few, and they all came in at the end.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like these books, they really like gear you up for the big twist.
Yeah.
You're waiting for a twist to drop. And
Yeah.
we got a whole bunch. So the
Yeah.
first twist was that Abby was alive and she was living on the island. I'm not sure if that really surprised anyone.
No. He literally saw her like chapter 5.
Yeah, running around on the van.
The Highland Cow on it. The red quote.
And then the next one was that Grady was actually the woman on the road. So the whole time it was like the what's it called? An unreliable narrator. So you're thinking that he's grieving because he's missing, because she's missing, but he's actually kind of stressed because he's like, there's a chance that she's alive. Yeah, that twist did surprise me. I was not expecting that.
I did not. I just wanted a guy to be nice in one of these books.
Yeah, no.
They never are.
No. Third twist was that the townies were all plotting against him with the help of his agent, Kitty.
I sort of saw the townies coming, like plotting something against him. I didn't really know where I sat with Kitty on it. I didn't really think about her much.
No, she was just ancillary to me as well. I didn't think that she was part of this townie community.
No. Yeah.
And then finally in the last, I'm going to say chapter, last few sentences probably, we find out that the townies killed Grady, buried him.
Yeah. And we find out also Charlie killed himself.
Oh, yeah.
Is it a twist?
No.
Okay.
What surprised you the most, if any?
The Grady was the woman on the road.
Same.
Yeah. That I did not see coming. The rest were like, okay, like I sort of saw it, but the Grady was the woman. I was like, no.
Yeah. Once that twist dropped, everything sort of started coming together.
Yeah.
But before that, I was just in the dark.
Yeah, what's happening? You thought just some possessed ghosts were running around.
I didn't know. Well, they try and sort of lead in that maybe it's the family of someone she was investigating.
Yeah.
As part of it. Well, that could be it. I don't know. I kind of just let this book happen to me, to be honest.
That's why her mid-book predictions.
Yeah, I didn't have any. I don't know what's happening. Normally I'm pretty good.
You are.
But I just let this one happen to me.
Yeah. I had two. I had like one mid-book prediction and one 3/4 of the way through. Do you remember what my mid-book prediction was?
No.
I remember telling you the other day.
Yeah, I think you were actually kind of on it.
On it, yeah.
I think you said that the townies were in on it.
Yeah. So I sort of said like the townies were all related in some way or another, and then you asked me whether it was blood or otherwise, and I said like, I think not blood, some otherwise way they're related to each other, and Grady was behind it, and now they're somehow taking some sort of revenge on
so you kind of got it.
So I kind of got the plot this, if I remember it correctly. Do I remember correctly? I think that was my mid-book prediction, and then my 3/4 of the mid-book prediction was almost the same, where Grady actually killed Abby, but the island people knew about this and they're avenging her, but obviously Abby wasn't dead. But I also had this other mid-book prediction was that Abby inherited the island, and what we learned from Keep It in the Family is that people just buy islands.
You can just buy an island.
Just buy an island. And then she just sends women there, and women who she's helping, she just sends them there.
Nice.
Yeah.
That would have been sweet.
So I'm actually on the ball this time.
Yeah, you did. Well done. Well done.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the reviews of this book.
Yeah.
So I'm going to reference the Fable reviews first, because I do agree with them. People in Fable, they kind of know what they're talking about. So the average rating is 3.75 on Fable, and I'm going to read out some of the reviews. Okay, this is what one reader said. I don't know how to feel about this. The ending really threw me off. It was so good, and it just took a dramatic turn that I didn't particularly enjoy. The little Easter egg at the very end was the only thing that made me go, whoa. But the rest was just build up and kind of a letdown. And someone else said this book had me going until the very end. What the fuck? So yeah, I think I really enjoyed the journey of this book. I liked the 90% of the book, and the last 10% when all the twists came, like it pissed me off.
Is a little Easter egg the twist?
I think the little Easter egg is the first word of the 14 chapters.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, sorry, you were saying. I got very distracted by that. That what?
The ending just pissed me off.
Yeah.
And the biggest gripe that I have with it is that they need a fucking man to finance them.
Yeah.
No, you're an island of strong, independent women. Find your own money. You don't need this man here.
So let's backtrack and talk about about this, right?
Yeah.
So
Let's get into it.
So Charlie kills himself.
Mm-hmm.
I think like also the reason why Charlie offed himself was because the women weren't letting him leave. Although they did say that because he couldn't write anymore, there was no purpose in his life. I think it was that in conjunction with they weren't letting him leave, and then that's why he killed himself. So it's like
there's only one way out.
Yeah, and one way out, and that's why he kept
Writing is the only way out.
only way.
Couldn't write anymore.
Nah. Yeah. So they used Charlie and the 9 whatever books that Charlie had written to get money to finance the island's expenditure, so they didn't have to have tourists, because if not, the only way to make money is get tourists in.
Yeah, and they wanted to avoid people visiting their island
on their creepy, fucking weird
ladies
only island. It's not the ladies only that we have a problem with.
No, it's what murdering of the men.
Yeah, it's what they stand for. And then, so because Charlie died, then they got this other author in, because the only job a man can do on this island is write.
Yeah.
So they got
super lucrative.
It's like they write 2 books once a year.
Yeah.
So we definitely need a writer. Not any other job. Not a e-coms guy.
No, not a TikToker.
Not a TikToker. Hey guys, there's no cell phone reception. Maybe that's why.
Yeah, oh, true.
That's the only thing they can do. So the other author came and he's like, nah, fuck it. I'm out. I can't write anything good. Tried to escape the island. Died. Mm-hmm. And they were like, oh, well, he died. Let's bury him.
Oh, what a shame. On the boat had a big hole in it. How'd that get there?
It was sandy.
It was sandy.
Yeah. And then Grady came in because like they all wanted to take revenge because of what Grady had done to Abby. And he also left Sandy to die in the cave.
Yeah. Dick move.
And I didn't think, well, that was before we thought he had something to do with Abby. And I was just like, man, that's not very nice.
It's not nice, especially because she was really like team Grady becoming successful. So she would have been all for him stealing that book.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. But so those were the 2 tests that they put.
He failed.
He let Sandy die and he stole Charles's book. And because of that, he let Sandy die. And then they were like, all right, Grady, because you're an asshole because of all these 3 things you have done.
You're our book slave.
You are I love that. You're our book slave. You have to write 2 books a year. And get the money in so you could live on this island. And if you don't choose this, it's death.
Game over.
Yeah.
So my big gripe is that they feel like they need a man to finance them.
Yeah. Why can't a woman write?
Yeah, exactly.
Why can't a woman who's had trouble in her past, looking for a fresh start, but is successful in her own right, come in and support your endeavor?
Yeah. Yeah. Big gripes. And the other thing that pissed me off, what was it? They pissed me off. Why did they kill him?
So I have a theory.
Of course. Tell me your theory.
Full of theories. So my theory is, let me refresh my memory. What was my theory? All right. So my theory was this. They needed, because Charles had died like a few years before, the cash was drying up. The new author didn't work out, right? So they got Grady in, but he was never a permanent solution to their cash flow problems. They needed him as a short-term cash flow injection. Ching, 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 accounting talk. It's a short-term cash flow incentive. So he wrote 2 books for them, and they presumably thought that they could get good money out of those 2 books. And once they got like a short-term thing out of it, they were like, nah, we're done. Abby's like, I can't stand looking at this guy on a day-to-day basis.
Time for punishment.
And the reason they kept him alive for that long is because they didn't want to let him know when it was coming. It was a surprise factor that was his punishment at the end of the day.
Just as he'd settled into routine.
Yeah. And then he was like, surprise. And they were like, surprise, motherfucker. Hope you die in your sleep.
Enjoy your shallow grave.
Oh, yeah. Although he did sleep. So it was just like, that sort of defeats the purpose. Because he was so high. He was just like, I'm knocked out. And then would just die peacefully.
Oh, nice for him. But yeah, so I agree with you. That is one plausible theory, is that there was enough cash from the success of, I mean, they don't know how successful his second book is, but there was enough cash from the success of Beautiful Ugly to keep him going for as long as they want.
Mm.
The other option is maybe the second book was crap. And they're like, he can't do this anymore. He's no good.
But then all of his ideas were from Charles's unwritten books.
Yeah.
That's why my mind didn't go there.
Books.
Unfinished books that he just needed to edit and put like his own like spices on it. So I don't know. That's my theory at the very least.
Yeah. I wanted a couple more sentences in the book to tie that up.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't like books with loose endings. No. Yeah. But this one I sort of liked it a bit better than other ones.
Because there are two camps that it could be in.
Or they were just like, maybe they did find a woman who could support their endeavors.
Maybe.
And they were like, don't need you anymore.
Maybe the pottery business is just booming and she's looking after the island herself.
Yeah. Or maybe Kitty died, and because she was doing so well, all their money went to the island.
And Kitty didn't die.
I don't know. We don't know.
Maybe Morag died.
Hey, why are you killing Morag off? We love Morag.
She seems wealthy.
The bigger.
With a giant castle house?
They didn't describe the house in that much detail either.
No, it sounded like it was falling apart.
Yeah.
But it was very like medieval. Anyway, well, I'm actually going to pull a Ravi. I'm going to give this one 3.75 stars. I'm going to agree with the average fable.
Good, well done. You know, you hang out with me enough, I will rub off on you.
Yeah. So I don't know if the ending of a book can ruin a book, but
sure.
I had to sit on this one for a bit.
Didn't one ruin it for you before?
The other one.
Sometimes I lie.
Sometimes I lie. And I don't know if it ruined it. Like 90% of the book I loved.
Yeah.
And then 10% I was like, ugh.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. I like this book. I genuinely like this book. But the whole idea of being stuck on an island and not being able to leave, one, my car's right there, and secondly, claustrophobic. Like reading it made me feel so claustrophobic. Like let me leave. But maybe because I am a nice person at the end of the day and I'm not trash. So they will let me leave. And I'm a woman. Really?
Really?
Yeah, well, I have moments. But no, I don't like the idea of going to a place not being able to leave. And the people on the island was just fucking weird. I just can't. Aside from Morag, I'll be friends with her.
Everyone's weird except Morag, the lady upstairs that couldn't talk.
She could talk. She told him to leave.
Wow, they said she couldn't talk. The lady upstairs who was throwing, I don't know what she was doing.
I feel like Morag and I will be friends. I'll bring some bog myrtles down to her.
Let's can trip together.
Yeah. But no, I liked it. I would have liked a more like a book about like Avengers for women, justice for women. I think if they took away the part of like this island has no man lives on this island. If they took that entire weird concept out, I would have like rated this book a lot higher.
See, I can get on board with that concept. It's just, I want to know why they killed Grady. I want to understand how Grady really was laying on the road, yelling into his phone. She had no idea.
I thought we're not getting into logistics of it.
We won't because we can't. There's no logic to it.
Yeah.
So some of those things I wish they were like just fleshed out a little.
Yeah. Like, I believe in balance, and I don't believe like the sins of a few should harm the opinion of the many.
I do think, considering it is a small island and these are women who are seeking help and have had maybe abusive relationships or what have you, I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Yeah,
You know,
100%.
I'm okay with a woman-only island, and I can understand why they maybe don't want any men there.
Yeah.
And it's a small island.
Yeah.
It's little.
Yeah. No, it's so...
Do what you want with your land.
Yeah, no, that 100% behind. But what their trust stood for, and they wanted to like kill the men off, that's just the part I didn't like. Like, but if they wanted like this island to be a women-only island as a safe haven for women, and that's how they described it, I'll be completely behind that, because these women need a break from the trash men.
Yeah.
And not that all men are trash.
If you need a break from the trash men, don't invite one on the island to be your sugar daddy.
Yeah. You can get a sugar mama.
Get a sugar mama. Mamas can do it too.
Yeah. They can. Look at Kitty. She's a sugar mama.
Yeah. Yeah. Kitty could, well, she didn't want to go back to the island.
She didn't. But she could have financed them very easily. Because she was like, from the book sale, she's like, 15% is mine. 85% goes to the island.
There are just so many ways.
Yeah. Start an e-coms business. It's much easier than it is.
She could have, I mean, that maybe they didn't have to say that, they didn't have to tell the world that Charlie died, and they could have kept writing the stories, but having Grady do it just from the mainland without killing him, just making him a book slave, getting him to do it, I don't know, by guilting him into it.
Yeah, it's not like he would have gone to the police.
Yeah.
Like, what would he have done? What's the point of keeping him in your safe haven?
Yeah.
No idea. But aside from that, I did enjoy this book. I'm pulling a flick and giving it a flat 4 this time.
Wow, we are really trading places.
We really are.
So in our top 10 list, our list so far, number 1, Paper, Scissors, Rock. Is that the right word?
Rock, Paper, Scissors.
Rock, Paper, Scissors by Alice Feeney. A Flicker in the Dark by Stacey Willingham. It's slot 2. Number 3 is Keep It in the Family, John Mars. And last and very least is Pretty Girls by Karen Slaughter. This is like a contender for number 1 spot. Number 1 or number 2. Yeah, even though I haven't given it a high rating.
Yeah.
My stars mean nothing. They mean nothing.
I'm giving it a 3 stars, but it's number 1.
Don't come to me and say, but you gave number 2 4 stars and you're giving number 1 3.5 stars. Yeah, I am, and I don't care.
Honestly, our star system is stupid.
So stupid. Let's just go off vibes. Do I like it? Do we like it more or less than Rock, Paper, Scissors? I kind of liked Rock, Paper, Scissors a bit more.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay. I think I liked this one more, but I'll give it to you because you gave me Keep It in the Family.
Oh, yeah.
You were really nice to me about that book that I hated so much with dead children.
You weirdo. So I'm gonna put it in number 2 spot. So 1 and 2 both Alice Feeney books.
Alice Feeney's book, yeah.
Amazing. All right, I'll do up a post and I'll put up our list. Let us know if we're wrong.
Yeah.
We probably are.
Yeah, but like this is our list.
No,
make your own
the book club.
The big book club list. But if you have it differently, you don't have to follow our list. If you're listening along and you have a list, share it with us. We'll share it in our socials.
Tell me I'm wrong. I can take it.
Yeah. You're wrong.
I can take it. What other books did you read this month?
I started Love Mum last month.
And you finished it this month.
It's been a really tough month, you guys.
It's been busy.
It's been a really hard month in the accounting industry. It's only getting harder. So, be nice. So I finished Love Mum.
Remind me what Love Mum's about.
All right, so Love Mum is when Mackenzie Casper's mum, a best-selling author, dies from a freak accident. She starts getting letters from her number 1 fan. And these letters are about her parents' history, revealing family secrets and sinister lies. So she gets like initially she gets like one letter a week, and then it slowly progresses to a bit more, and it sort of highlights everything about her parents predated to before she was born, how her parents got together and those things and whatnot, without giving most of it away. But then it has like a really big twist that I think I saw like 50%. I sort of saw it coming, but I actually genuinely like this book. It was a very easy read, no fluffing around with the landscapes. They got straight to the point. And it goes around like Mackenzie. She's 21 years old and she's trying to figure out what happened with her parents and why they are the way they are and why her mom died and all those kind of things. And we meet another devil, Evelyn. Evelyn Casper.
But no dead kids, only dead moms.
Yes. I'm okay with that. Like, you know, they keep, Beautiful Ugly had dead men. This one had a dead adult woman. I'm fine. I'm recovering mentally.
I read a dead kid book.
Yes.
I read Then She Was Gone by Lisa Jewell. So it's about a teenager, Ellie Mack, and she goes missing when I think she's like 15.
Yeah, like 15,
16. She goes missing, and over a decade they don't know what happened to her, and then they do find her. But it's kind of like about her mum and the rest of the family, how they're getting on without having any answers. Her mum, Laurel, then meets a man, and his child looks exactly like her daughter. And that's what the story is. It was great. I think we should do an extra credit episode.
Yeah, let's do it. So like a lot of people actually don't like this book because they're like exactly like yourself, like by 30% you already know what has happened.
It's not twisty.
But that was not like, from how I read it, that was not the point of the book. The point of this book was the journey, not the destination.
Yeah.
To steal your favorite quote. So I genuinely, this is one of my favorite books that I have read, and it made me sob like a fucking baby. And there was this one sentence that we will talk about in our extra credit book episode, but it just made me cry.
Yeah.
Did it make you cry?
No.
All right, you're dead inside.
And then next month I want to finish the Boys of Tommen series.
Yeah.
But I've got two books to read on that to finish that series. But then I want to knock it off my bingo card.
Wow, perfect.
Yeah.
I have to read The Murder Rule. So for Valentine's, I don't know if I've told this story on the podcast, but for Valentine's, my husband he was just like, oh, what does Ravi like? She likes books because she has a podcast. So that's the only thing I was like. No, bless him. He's beautiful. So he got me 2
He's
books.
listening.
He's not listening. Let's be honest. Hi, Suraj. So he bought me 2 like physical books, and he keeps asking me, when are you reading the books I got you? When are you reading the books I got you?
You have to read.
So I have to read one. So I'm going to read The Murder Rule, and it's a physical book, and I'm more of a Kindle gal.
Yeah.
So I'll see how that goes.
I have The Women sitting on my bedside table in a physical book. And I know it's a great book, but it's a physical book, and I'm a Kindle gal too.
Yeah.
I can't bring myself to do it.
Maybe let's like both try and do like.
I just don't know how a physical book would even fit in my life.
Yeah, you know what? Like, this is gonna sound so strange, but
what do I do with my hands?
So there's a running joke where we have standing desks in our office, and I can't use them because I'm like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with my hands.
Yeah, you're meant to type.
It's like, but what if I'm scrolling? But no, it's like the book, right? Like, I don't like using both hands. I like using one. So I'm like, how am I supposed to flip? But that's a first world problem. I'll figure it out.
You will figure it out. You will figure out how to read a book. I only ticked one thing off my bingo list this month.
Yeah.
Which is read 3 books by the same author.
Ah, well done.
Yeah, it's a tough one to get.
Yeah.
It's a 3-book bingo card.
Yeah. Mine will probably be Taylor Jenkins Reid. Yeah, but I'm a few cards behind.
Yeah,
I need to catch up. Yeah, hopefully one of these physical books I got fills up some of these bingo cards.
let's wrap it up. So we, for our new listeners, we vote on a book. So make sure you join our socials at Grim Tonic Book Club on Instagram in order to join in on our vote and our discussion. So we had three books on the list that we voted for. The first one was The Perfect Child by Lucinda Berry. It is about Christopher and Hannah, who are a happily married surgeon and nurse with a picture-perfect life. And all that's missing is a child. When Janie, an abandoned 6-year-old, turns up at their hospital, Christopher forms an instant connection with her and he convinces Hannah that they should take her home as their own. But Janie is no ordinary child and her damaged psyche proves to be more than her new parents were expecting.
Yeah, like these kind of kids books where the kids is the serial killer really scares me.
Do you know what I'm wondering?
I don't know if it's a serial killer, but just
there's a new movie or show coming out with Ellen Pompeo where they've adopted a daughter, but the daughter's actually an adult.
Oh, this is based on a true story. I've listened to the podcast. Oh, I'm very excited about that.
Maybe she's an adult.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, that was like they thought they're adopting a teenager, but she's actually a 30-something-year-old.
Yeah. I think in the show or movie, she's younger than that. I think she's like 10-ish, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Option 2 is called My Son is a Murderer by Spender Guerrero. The plot is interesting on this one. Okay. My name is Sonia Salvador and my son is a murderer. He was arrested for the murder of his 16-year-old classmate and best friend, Henry Kane. My son didn't do it. Oh, my son says he didn't do it. Yeah, right. And he's being falsely accused. My ex-husband, who's a police officer, doesn't believe him, but I do. And that's why I'm hunting for the truth. There are lies and dark secrets surrounding all aspects of this murder case.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
I will definitely read this one.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And the third one is on my TBR, actually. Listen for the Lie by Amy Tintera. It is about Lucy and Savvy. They were the golden girls of their small Texas town. Pretty smart and enviable. Aren't they all? We love a stunning female.
Blonde hair, blue eyes.
Main character. Lucy married a dream guy with a big ring and an even bigger new home. Oh, I was not expecting him to go there.
What do you think the big was?
A big old cock. Savvy was a social butterfly loved by all, and if you believe the rumours, especially popular with the men in town. Oh, get it, girl. After Lucy is found wandering the streets covered in her best friend Savvy's blood, everyone thinks she is a murderer. It's been years since that horrible night, and a night Lucy can't remember anything about. And she's moved to LA to start a new life.
It sounds really interesting.
Yeah, I think it's got over 4 stars on Fable.
Nice. Oh, very nice.
Big one.
Big one.
Yeah, that's on my TBR.
Same.
And the winner is The Perfect Child by Lucinda Berry.
This better be good.
I hope it's about a child that's not a child.
Oh, I hope it's not a child who ends up murdering the parents.
Oh, yeah. That could be hectic.
That would be hectic. That would scare me.
I do feel like our extra credit books are way better than book club books. I don't know what's happening.
Guys, why do you keep choosing?
It's not our fault.
Yeah, I have to say, I agree. Love mamas heaps better than keep it in the family.
Anyway.
Yeah, all right. We just give the people what they want.
So unless we do a mid-month extra credit series, which I want to do.
Yeah, let's do it.
But our next book club for this book, The Perfect Child, Lucinda Berry, will be on Friday the 9th of May. So put it in your diaries. Join us on our socials for chit-chat at Grim Tonic Book Club.
Yeah. Thank you everyone so much for listening. We appreciate it. Take care and see ya.
Bye.
Bye.